You are sitting in the changing room, and the air is thick with the smell of deep heat and the sound of heavy bass thumping through headphones, and you are trying to find that feeling of being ready. But instead, your legs feel like two heavy pillars of lead, and your heart is racing in a way that feels like panic rather than power. You look at your teammates who are shouting and jumping and slapping each other's backs to get hyped, and you mirror them because you think that is what a leader does. But internally, you feel biologically compromised. You are terrified that the first time you touch the ball, it is going to bounce 5 yards away from you, and you are worried that the scout in the stands will see the stiffness in your stride before the whistle even blows. You have spent the whole week training, but you are arriving at the pitch with a nervous system that is already fried, and you are essentially entering a high-stakes war with a blunt weapon. If you do not change the way you prepare your body and your brain in the final 3 hours before kickoff, you will continue to be the player who goes missing in big games. You think that your performance is a matter of luck or having a good day, but the reality is that your performance is a logical conclusion of the biological signals you sent your body before you even stepped onto the grass. The pre-match rituals that actually work have nothing to do with hype, and everything to do with the surgical alignment of your internal chemistry. The biggest lie everyone believes is that you need to be hyped up and aggressive to play well. You hear this from coaches who tell you to get fired up and want it more, and it sounds logical because football is a high-intensity sport. But this is the lie of the amateur mind. The mainstream belief is that the more adrenaline you have, the better you will play. But in reality, an overdose of adrenaline before the match is a neurological disaster for a footballer. When you force yourself into a high beta brainwave state through loud music and screaming, you are triggering a massive cortisol spike. Cortisol is the stress hormone, and while it is useful for running away from a lion, it is a death sentence for technical precision. High cortisol causes tunnel vision, it makes your muscles stiff, and it destroys your ability to enter the flow state. The elite players you admire, the ones like Modric, Kroos, or Messi, are not hyped. They are in a state of relaxed alertness. They are calm in the storm because they know that a calm brain processes data faster than a panicked one. This lie is dangerous because it leads to match day burnout, where you spend all your nervous energy in the changing room, and by the 60th minute you are mentally and physically bankrupt. You are essentially redlining your engine before the race is even started. Furthermore, the belief that a generic warm-up of jogging and static stretching is sufficient is another lie that is holding you back. If you are standing still and pulling your heel to your butt for 30 seconds, you are literally sedating your own nervous system. Static stretching before a match reduces your explosive power output and makes your fascia loose and unresponsive when it needs to be a tightly coiled spring. You are essentially telling your body to go to sleep right when you are about to ask it to go to war. The reality of elite performance is that you must treat your pre-match window as a spawning protocol, where you manually override your biology to reach a state of total readiness. This begins with the adenosine delay. Most players wake up and immediately reach for caffeine or sugar to feel awake, but this is a metabolic crime. When you wake up, your brain still has a chemical called adenosine floating around, which is what makes you feel groggy. If you block those receptors with caffeine too early, you don't clear the adenosine, you just hide it. Then, during the match, the caffeine wears off and the adenosine hits you like a truck, causing the second-half crash that kills so many careers. The elite player waits 90 minutes before consuming any caffeine, allowing their natural cortisol awakening response to clear the system first. This ensures that their energy is stable and their brain is sharp when the game is actually on the line. Next is photon signaling. Your body runs on a 24-hour internal clock, and it needs a specific signal to know that the performance phase has begun. That signal is sunlight. If you stay in a dark house or a dimly lit changing room until the match, your brain is still producing melatonin, the sleep hormone. You feel foggy because your body thinks it is still night. The elite player seeks 10,000 lux of light, ideally natural sunlight, immediately upon waking. This triggers the serotonin to dopamine conversion and tells the central nervous system that hunt mode is active. You must also understand hydraulic priming. You have been asleep for 8 hours, breathing out moisture, and you are biologically dehydrated. A dehydrated brain is a slow brain. Your reaction time drops, and your peripheral vision narrows. But drinking plain water is not enough. In fact, drinking too much plain water can actually flush out your electrolytes and make you weaker. You need conducted hydration. The elite player adds a pinch of high-quality sea salt to their water. The sodium conducts the electrical signals in your nerves, effectively turning the lights on in your motor cortex. Let us look at the case study of Erling Haaland. He is often seen as a physical freak of nature, but his pre-match preparation is a masterpiece of biological engineering. He uses blue light blocking glasses in the evening to protect his sleep quality. and he uses specific nasal breathing techniques to stay in a parasympathetic state before the game. He isn't hyped in the tunnel, he is focused on his mechanics. He understands that his body is a machine, and he does not leave the tuning of that machine to chance. Another example is Cristiano Ronaldo. His pre-match ritual is not about superstition, it is about evidence stacking. He performs the same technical patterns and the same activation drills every single time because it signals to his brain that the environment is safe. When the brain feels safe, it allows the body to enter the flow state. When the brain feels threatened, it locks the muscles and causes anxiety. Most of you are arriving at the pitch with zero evidence of your own readiness, which is why you feel like an imposter. You need a surgical routine that proves to your nervous system that you are elite. If you want to be the player that dictates the tempo of the game, you must follow the blueprint spawning protocol. It starts 3 hours before kickoff. Step 1. The glucose lock. You must avoid any processed sugar or heavy inflammatory carbohydrates. Most players eat white pasta or sugary energy bars, which cause a massive insulin spike followed by a crash right as the whistle blows. You need stable fuel. This is exactly why the free nutrition and recovery cheat sheet is mandatory for you. It provides the exact metabolic roadmap to ensure your energy is flat and consistent, rather than a roller coaster that leaves you gassed in the second half. You can find the link in the description, and it is the only way to ensure your biological hardware isn't sabotaging your talent. Download it and fix your fuel before your next match. Step 1 is the hardware. Step 2 is the software. This is neural priming. Instead of a generic jog, you must perform high-velocity contractions. You need to wake up your fast-twitch fibers without causing fatigue. This means short, 3-yard explosive bursts and pogo jumps to stiffen your fascia. You want your feet to feel like springs, not sandbags. Step 3. The OODA loop reset. In the warm-up, you must not just dribble. You must solve a problem. Have a teammate flash numbers with their fingers that you have to shout out while you control the ball. This cognitive load forces your brain to start scanning and processing data at match speed. If you only look at the ball in the warm-up, you will be blind when the game starts. Step 4. The spawning visualization. 10 minutes before kickoff, you must enter a state of outcome independence. You must tell yourself that you have already spawned into this moment and that the past does not exist. The missed pass in training or the bad game last week is deleted. You are a biological machine with one task, the next action. This mental detachment is what allows you to play with the delusional confidence of the 1%. But you cannot achieve this level of neural sharpness if you are still following the average student protocol. You are sitting at a desk all week, eating cafeteria food, and then wondering why your pre-match ritual isn't working. You cannot fix a week of biological crime with 10 minutes of music in the changing room. If you realize that your entire lifestyle is the bottleneck and you need a total rebuild of your daily architecture, you need the 12-week Elite Blueprint for $27. This is not just a training plan, it is the source code for the 1%. It organizes your sleep, your light exposure, your fascial training, and your cognitive load into a surgical schedule that makes the match feel easy. For the price of a pair of socks, you are buying the system that the professional academies spend thousands to provide. The final reality check is that most of you will continue to arrive at your matches hyped but empty. You will keep listening to your loud music and screaming in the changing room, and you will keep wondering why you are inconsistent. You will continue to be a victim of your own biology because you are too lazy to be surgical. The scouts are looking for the player who is cold. They are looking for the player who looks like he has already seen the future. That feeling of slow motion is not a gift. It is a result of a prepared nervous system. You have roughly 1,000 days left before the professional recruitment window closes forever. Every match you play without a proper spawning protocol is a wasted opportunity to be scouted. You are either engineering your success or you are participating in your own failure. The alarm is going off, and the year 2006 is coming, and the only thing that matters is how you show up when the lights are on. Stop being an amateur who hopes to play well, and start being a professional who knows they will dominate. The cheat sheet is ready, and the blueprint is ready, and the shadows are waiting. Go work and fix your rituals and fix your life, and become the machine the game requires. Stand on business and execute the protocol right now. The difference between the bench and the debut is found in the 3 hours before the whistle. Most players are too weak to be disciplined in the dark, but you are different. You are here because you are scared of staying average. Use that fear to fuel your preparation. While they are yapping in the locker room, you are managing your adenosine. While they are scrolling through TikTok, you are priming your fascia. While they are eating sugar, you are conducting your electrolytes. This is how the gap is created, and this is how the game is won. You are no longer a student who plays football. You are a professional athlete who is currently in the process of being signed. Act like it. Fuel like it. Prepare like it. The simulation is over. The real game is about to begin. Go work.